Hi there, Tad from Marketing for Hippies, and today's video is a metaphor that came to me in a conversation with a client, that marketing is the fruit on the tree. So if you could imagine that you are, you grow from a tree, and that tree is at whatever particular lineage of, let's say, healing or life coaching or carpentry or craft making. There's a certain lineage that it comes from, and maybe multiple lineages, and you've weaved them together somehow, and that you are, maybe you're a branch on that tree, and you want to give some offerings to the world. And what are these offerings? Well, what you want to offer to the world is some of you. Are these seeds. Every apple tree, whenever you have an apple, each one of those seeds contains not just one tree, but a whole forest of trees. It's everything that the tree has learned about being a tree throughout the ages. Everything it's learned about how to grow, how to make the sap move, how to produce the bark, everything it's learned about infectious agents. All of this is somehow tightly packed into this very small little seed. Just like, and when you plant a seed, you don't know all that, but it's still there. And the world is the beneficiary of it. Just like your clients don't know everything that went into your life to bring you to a point where you have the kind of skill that you have, and yet they benefit from it. And it just struck me how fruit trees engage in a certain kind of marketing, if we can imagine this. What they want is to propagate their seeds, just like we want to share our gifts with the world. But you can't, the tree doesn't just stand there and have seeds and then make a little bundle of seeds and hope that they get picked up and say, hey birds, would you just take one of my seeds and spread it around? That doesn't happen. It encases them in something, which is food. And then the skin of it is very shiny, very beautiful, very attractive to the animals, would make you want to go and pick it. So then, okay, what's the wrapping? What's the surface? What's the skin, the peel of the fruit? Well, that's your marketing. That's the surface of your market. That's the headline. That's the attention-grabbing part. That could be the first look at it, a really good photograph of your thing. That's the skin. But then wait, what's the fruit? Well, that's food. But how does that work in marketing? Because the best kind of marketing is food. The best kind of marketing educates and nourishes people, helps them learn things that they didn't know before. In my ebook, Point of View Marketing, I talk about this a lot, not with this metaphor, but that's the best kind of marketing. When you finished reading a sales letter that's written really well, that's saturated in point of view, you are smarter. You've been fed in some way. The best kind of marketing is not teasing at all. Best kind of marketing is here's how I see the world. Here's how I see this issue. Here's how I see this journey from island A to island B. Here's my understanding of the best way to make this product. And what we're hoping, what the tree hopes, is that a bird or a squirrel is going to take that fruit, or a deer is going to eat it, and then it's going to go and excrete it elsewhere in a perfect way. There it is, in this, droppings of the animal, which give the seed a little bit of cover and fertilizer, and and hopefully that gets to sprout and grow and set down roots and grow somewhere else. So I suppose in some ways this could be the word of mouth that we're hoping people will engage in, to spread the word about what we do. It's interesting because most word of mouth, it's not a strategic thing on people's part. They're not thinking about it, but it does happen as a byproduct. You get a good massage and you mention it later. You get a really beautiful bookshelf, and then, oh, where did you get that? And then you get to talk about it later. In the same way, I don't think the animal is intending to spread the seed necessarily, although maybe that's part of the old agreement. But the animal isn't consciously thinking, oh, I'm going to help that tree spread the seed. But the tree gives it something beautiful to look at. You can see it's beautiful and also delicious to eat. And then naturally through that product, it spreads the seed. Just like if we come up with marketing that is good and food that's nutritious, and then And of course that it works. I mean, that's the other side of the food, is it's got to sustain. And I made a video, maybe I'll put the link below. The two in the archway of marketing, one of the foundation stones is like I say, goodwill, and the other sustenance. Those two, goodwill meaning it's got to feel good, but sustenance meaning it's got to sustain, it's got to work. So marketing has to feel good, but it also has to work. Just like the work that we deliver has to feel good and it has to work. And so the skin, the fruit, and the fruit itself, well, that's the feel good. And then the seed, it works. You know, it's got to deliver the goods. And if we, in our marketing, deliver the goods, meaning share our point of view, and then in our work, we share the good, well, that's the fruit too. That feeds people, that sustains people. Then people are happy to sort of inadvertently spread the word. And of course, we can get more strategic than that about how the word gets spread, but that's basically the idea. You know, 90% of why people talk about things, 90% of why people spread the word has to do with it was remarkable. Yeah. And this is why they keep coming back to us as well. That's why they keep spending money with us, is because we really do the job. We really help them. The product lasts, it's effective, it's good. It works, it does the job. The therapy we do actually helps them with an issue that they have. And from that, they spread the word. So isn't that something? Even in nature, there's this kind of reciprocal relationship. And that's what marketing could be. You come up with something really good, the seed. You coat it in food as well. And then there's the wrapper around it. And that's what we would call marketing. So it's something like that. This isn't a completely worked out analogy. Maybe you'll have some thoughts about this. Maybe you know more about trees than I do and could correct me or add on to this in the comments below. By the way, if you enjoy my videos, you can click subscribe if this is on YouTube. And then click the little bell icon. It'll notify you when I have a new video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you can like the page and then you'll be notified about, you know, future things I do. And if you really like this video, you can share it up, of course. And truly, any comments below are welcome. And I hope you're all doing well, staying safe out there. And we'll talk to you soon.